I will now go quickly through the remedies. If it's not justified that someone is on a sanctions list, there are remedies in each of the jurisdiction, and especially like the European Union, like stresses that this removal process for the European Union is very important. So they really stress that the procedure must be transparent and really that they take back a decision that is not justified. How long does such decision take? The fastest decision that we have obtained was like within 4 months, but a lot of the times it also takes until 12 months. So what are the remedies? The first is, and these can be used in parallel. The first is you petition to remove. You basically ask the European Council to reconsider its decision. In parallel, we can actually go to the court, in the first instance, the General Court of First Instance in the European Union. And if that doesn't work, also it's possible to go to the appeal. And when you look at these successful cases of now already double-digit persons that have been removed from a sanctions list, we can establish a certain pattern. All these cases have. One of them is, it's basically businessmen and businesswomen that are successful, have a certain resume, so they're known in the press, but they are not really supporting any military actions or any government activities. And if that can be shown and it can distinguished from other actors that do actually support, then they can be successfully removed, as we've seen in the past. Also, another pattern of success is, of course, people that are related in the form of family membership or also in a form of friendship or business friendship with such persons on the list. If it can be successfully established that they are actually not supporting any sanctions activities or any sanctioned person, then that is a second pattern of success where people can be removed. Upsala. Now going to the slide where we speak about Swiss people. I mean, Swiss people more or less mirror the Swiss sanction list, more or less mirrors the European list. Nevertheless, it's required to apply for a removal, and here you go to the Ministry for Economic Affairs, Education and Research, short WBF, and send them an application with a detailed explanation why they need to be removed. And if that doesn't work, there's always the possibility to go to the administrative court in St. Gallen. I probably do not need to know you to tell you why people benefit from a removal. Of course, their bank accounts are deblocked. Of course, also companies where they're involved, those bank accounts are deblocked. And of course, I mean, any businessman can, from that point on, continue to or start to do business with these people. So it's a huge impact on the life of these persons. For the US law is very relevant in Switzerland. As Tatjana explained, it's always the secondary measure, and it's always in the background of any dealings of Swiss players. So here we have also basically the same remedies. The duration is typically around 1 year. In our experience, the first step is typically you apply to OFAC to reconsider. You give them the evidence. You analyze why they're on the list, and you give them the evidence that they should be removed. There is a lot of communication then with OFAC, questionnaires, and also there's internal discussions with the DOJ as well as the State Department. So it's a joint decision to put someone on the list, but also to remove somebody from the list. And in cases where this takes very long, we tend to threaten also to go to court, because that's something that takes a lot of energy for the authorities and reveals a lot of information that actually these authorities do not want to be revealed. Here also we see the same success pattern. There are a number of persons already being removed. And it's also basically businessmen and family members that not support any military government actions.